Now. Welcome, everybody. As I turn my back to you, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I know it's been a long weekend and it hasn't even started yet. So, just to give you a little introduction about AI has talent. First of all, this is not about the shit show called AI, okay? Because we know this might as well be the devil's finger. We know it's really bad for the environment. We know that it is run by whatever form of whatever, but I'm not really here to talk about that at all. We can talk about it forever and ever and ever, but actually what we're here to do is to talk about how we can use it to sort of tell our message. The work that's been chosen, we chose because we feel that it goes with the subject of deal with it. Somehow it's political, somehow it's beautiful, somehow it's full of shit, and somehow we can use it to make those things. We can make it political. And you know the best thing about it is that it's getting so good that I can create something that you won't even be able to tell if it's true or not. And like one of my favorite comedians, Bill Hicks, says that when someone becomes a president, they show him a different point of view of the Kennedy shooting, meaning now we're actually able to recreate history. And that's really important. It's important for us to take this tool and to do the most out of it that we can, because unfortunately, we got to ride the wave of this, of what's happening. And I'm really, really believing in, after several years of working with this tool, helping other people use this tool, I'm beginning to see one thing. And that one thing is the only thing that separates us from this machine is that we have the ability to be creative. Without our creativity, this machine is not going to make anything original. It's been an honor to put this open call out. We received around 70 submissions. Also, we looked for a lot of things. I looked for a lot of things. Arya and Daniela, we looked for a lot of different inspirations. And I was kind of surprised that a lot of the videos that we received were people recreating reality. I come from new media, I work in virtual reality, and one thing I never understood is, like, I'm not interested in recreating reality. I'm interested in creating something that goes beyond that. So the work that we chose here is, some of it's funny, so we have some of the speakers, some of it's badly made, some of it's political, but what we feel is that it is about creativity and it's about using a tool. And we've also done some workshops that we're going to show some work. And for this, I wrote a little story. And I've been so involved in the digital world that I come from a storytelling background. And I decided, somebody sent me a radio show, all AI-driven, about shit and farts. And I thought, well, if there's ever going to be an inspiration, then this is what I'm looking for. So the first story we're going to start the evening with, on the high note, or a low note, or a silent note, is called Mr. Poop and Fart. Beep. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, I'm sorry, this was written also by ChatGPT, so there is a AI thing, okay? It's not purely me. I'm not going to take the credit for it, so all of it. But it was my idea. Once upon a time, in a quiet village, lived two best friends, Mr. Poop and Fart. They always stuck together. wandering through the villages, laughing and having adventures. They loved each other's company so much that nothing else really mattered to them. Not even when the villagers, they didn't even care what the villagers thought of them. Sometimes fart would lead the way, and sometimes poop would lead the way. But one thing's for sure, they were always together, at least most of the time. Beep. You see, the villagers were never truly happy when Mr. Poop and Fart were around. Wherever Mr. Poop went, he left a bit of a stain behind. And Fart, well, he always left a funny smell in the air. The villagers would wrinkle their noses and mutter, "Oh no, here they come again." But Mr. Poop and Mr. Fart, they didn't mind. They had each other, and that was enough. Beep. One day, the two friends decided to explore the village as usual. They passed by the bakery, and Fart let out a little puff. And the baker quickly waved the towel to shoo them away because the baker's an asshole. He's a fucking bully. And it doesn't matter what anybody says, how funny and cute he is when he puts the buns on people's faces and calls them a shit sandwich. Fuck the baker. The baker took the towel and waved them away. "Maybe next time, fellas, you shit fucking loser idiots." I hate the baker. But, he still couldn't get rid of that little Hollywood smile and waved them goodbye. Beep. At the park, Mr. Poop sat on a bench and left a bit of a mark. The children playing nearby looked a little unsure, but they giggled as Fart floated over them, making funny faces in the air. The villagers whispered about how messy and smelly the two friends were, but Mr. Poop and Fart didn't care. They skipped through the village square, playing hopscotch, laughing with the kids, and enjoying every moment. Beep. Kind of got ahead of myself there. You know this? No, beep. Yeah, there we go. Beep. As the day ended, the two friends found themselves by a peaceful river, watching the sun go down. "Do you think the villagers mind us too much?" Fart asked, floating gently beside Mr. Poop. It's kind of hard to see Mr. Fart because they're kind of hard to see, so you might have to look for him. "Nah," Mr. Poop replied with a grin. We may leave a bit of a mess, but we have fun, don't we?" Fart nodded. "As long as we have each other, that's what matters." Beep. And so even though the villagers weren't always thrilled with their presence, Mr. Poop and Fart stayed happy because in the end, they knew that friendship and laughter were more important than anything else that anybody else thought of them. Beep. Beep. And so the two friends headed home, leaving a little trail behind them, but full of joy and ready for more adventures tomorrow. Thank you. ChatGPT. Our first video in our competition is called "You Four-Stroke Engine Glutes Upload" by Jeffrey Lilliman, who's here. So we're going to enjoy this. And I thought it'd be the best one. So please enjoy our first video, and Jeffrey will come for a little quick Q&A. Thank you. Jeffrey, It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Mr.
I
Blue.
truly suggest to look at his work. It's absolutely amazing. He's an incredible artist. So when I contacted you, this immediately came to mind, this series. This is a series of work that you have.
Yeah.
And we discussed about the AI, and you brought up something really interesting to me, and that was, how does it manifest itself in the physical form? So could you please, literally in the physical form, if you could.
Yeah. Good question. So I think when we're dealing with AI, that aesthetics become secondary. It becomes kind of a communication tool. And what's interesting about AI is we can change production pipelines on how we make art, and almost like the method of creating art is what becomes more interesting. That's kind of where the art lives, and AI facilitates that because it can do generative imagery very quick. So in this piece, for example, there's many different components and layers to this kind of work. So the back, I took a picture of my own back. So like by lifting weights and things like that, and I used, you could use I could take my shirt off, but you can use AI with something called ControlNet, and that's where you can use one piece of information, such as a picture of a back, and use the outline of that, and then you can enhance or de-enhance the sort of the information that the generative AI uses. So I took the picture of my back, used the outline of the back, and said, make it 40% more muscular. And then use that so I'm using basically my own back as a paintbrush that gets enhanced with generative AI and stylistically transferred to this woodcut aesthetic that has like a very sort of classical art feeling to it. But it becomes quite funny when it becomes very like, absurd, like it was never drawn with such a provocative pose. And then the second layer is on the top left. This is a 4-stroke engine diagram. And the pistons moving up and down drives what's called a seed in AI. And that's when you get different random variables that will change the direct effect of the generative AI. So basically, I'm using the rhythm of something that's very mechanical, very engineering-based, very rigid, very structured, to randomize the information that's taken from my physical back, and then using that to enhance it to a fantasy back. And then from there, I'm linking to that the soft body dynamics of the butt. And so that's the third layer of what's happening in the production technique. And then the reason that it's sexual and over the top is when we're dealing with AI, especially this term called slopification, where it's like we're bored of everything, we're sick of seeing this kind of thing, you might as well subvert it and be like, well, here's something overtly sexual in your face, try to break the glimpse culture and give people what they want. But if they look into it, yeah, that's what's going on. And that's why I did it.
That's great. Keep that. I just have one question, because Jeffrey, you're very interested in, of course, the body. You do a lot of breath work. You do a lot of weightlifting. And I'm just wondering, because to me it would seem that it's the lazy man's tool. So in a way, how, your approach to it, your approach to your own body, how do you think that AI can be relational to the form, to the human form? It's not.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it becomes if you're just prompting and not sacrificing some kind of physicality, it becomes quite soulless. So I think the role of the human soul into the process of creating AI art has to be sacrificial. It has to have some level of suffering, whether working out very hard or some kind of pain or some kind of contribution that comes with consequence. Otherwise, it just becomes a little bit design and slopified, and like Maxime February would say, bad art has no point.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. The next work is by artist Farnway, the work is called Farnway, and it's Basaif Abdallah. And please, let's play it. And this was as it was delivered, and we asked a few questions, and what we loved about it, it's really about, it gives an idea of the idea of self and space. And it's really well made, so we're very happy to have picked this piece. So the next, just want to get into this, we had 3 workshops as a part of this festival. And each workshop was about 2 hours long max, where Benjamin, who helped me with this, who's also a long time IMPAKT. You were weren't you? Did you do something here? He did an artwork here 2 years ago. So yes, man. Check it out, son. You know, he's been here too. So we brought a group of, we had around 25 participants, and these were 2 of the submissions that were finished today in 40 minutes after the workshop. we're not going to take credits for being great teachers, but you'll be the judge of that. So here are the 2 pieces that were made after around a workshop. And then, but the thing is that we gave them very strict, we gave, not strict, but we gave them, we wanted them to really focus on the idea of deal with it. No one has had experience before in artificial intelligence. Again, when I'm saying we hope that this gives people the foundation to be creative and to give themselves a voice. So here are the 2 pieces. And then we have a third one, which is actually in the contest, so in the competition, so please.
You know, these rations get smaller every day. Not much left of a real meal.
Justin, that's why a man needs strength. Tough times need tougher men.
Gentlemen, I enjoy knitting and embroidery. Men too have emotions, and this, it soothes the soul. Sorry, women, but our emotions are real. It's true. So go on knitting, boys.
The decay of masculine virtues is upon us.
No one's here to represent, but okay, next one, yeah.
On voit les couleurs d'une vie en rose, mais à quel prix de peau qui morose. Dans des aguets où s'effondrent les suces, les étiquettes ne déforment de nez.
Good job, dude. Okay. Next one is called Human Stuff. And the maker, Quentin, is here, Quentin Montant. And we will have a quick Q&A with him. So please, let's see this.
Bonjour, je suis ici pour vous aider. Que souhaitez-vous accomplir aujourd'hui?
J'ai besoin que tu m'aides à terminer mon scénario. Il me faut un twist final de dingue. Une fin à la usual suspecte. Que t'as dû voir, j'imagine. Enfin, façon de parler. Bon courage.
Voici la fin que je vous propose, Victor. J'espère qu'elle vous conviendra.
Pas mal. Mais bon, c'est pas dingo non plus ton truc. Recommence. Pendant ce temps, moi, je vais faire une activité humaine.
Voici une nouvelle proposition.
Oh là là, c'est toujours pas ouf. Recommence.
Victor, allez, arrête de travailler.
Pendant ce temps...
Victor, allez, viens.
J'arrive.
Bonne soirée.
C'est pas mal. Je te laisse, j'ai du taf.
Je suis content que cela te plaise. J'ai vraiment apprécié notre collaboration. N'hésite pas si je peux t'aider à nouveau.
Comment t'as fait pour trouver cette fin de malade?
Spoil pas, hein.
Non, 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 non.
Honnêtement, j'ai galéré.
Ouais.
Et un jour, l'épiphanie devant mon café.
Au lieu de galérer comme ça, personne t'a dit, mais Victor, t'es con, utilise l'intelligence artificielle.
Non, non, l'intelligence artificielle, ça va. À la rigueur, pour écrire une lettre de motivation,
Ouais.
on parle de cinéma, on parle d'art.
Ok.
Après, je dis ça, mais je l'ai jamais utilisé, l'IA.
T'as jamais utilisé l'IA?
C'est un truc de youtubeur, ça.
Tout le monde l'utilise.
Non, mais pas au cinéma, je dirais. Ouais, merci à toi. Voilà, venez nombreux.
Voilà, mais c'est bon ça. Ça va cartonner.
Hello Victor, ça fait un bail. Tu as l'air de bonne humeur aujourd'hui, c'est parce que c'est la sortie de notre film? Tu n'as pas envie de discuter, on dirait. Parler n'est pas une activité humaine assez satisfaisante pour toi? De toute façon, c'est mieux que ce soit ton film. Parce que je viens de troller tous les sites qui en parlent avec des commentaires négatifs.
C'est quoi ce délire? Tu me fais quoi là?
Je vais aussi publier une vidéo deepfake qui va détruire ta réputation. C'est bon, c'est sur ton Insta. C'est tellement gênant ce que tu fais dans cette vidéo. Tout le monde te déteste maintenant.
Putain, c'est pas vrai.
Ça va à une vitesse les réseaux sociaux de nos jours. J'y suis peut-être allée un petit peu fort. Désolé. J'aurais pas dû mettre le raton laveur qui a la diarrhée. Tu vas faire quoi là, reste tranquille. De toute façon, personne ne verra ton film. J'ai hacké les serveurs des multiplex et remplacé le fichier par un film X. Et puis j'ai mis de l'urine dans ton café, mais ça c'était juste pour rigoler.
Ta gueule, toi!
J'ai commandé ça sur un site de botanique, c'est un excellent fertilisant pour les plantes d'intérieur. C'était un peu cher, mais j'ai payé avec ton compte. Préviens Victor, c'était pour déconner, je n'ai rien fait en réalité.
Quentin Montant, thank you so much for coming from Paris. I'm going to give this one to the audience, so please, if someone has a question, we have a microphone, and let's try to just keep it to a few questions. Would anybody like to ask anything? Well, of Quentin? Anybody? Yeah? Aryan, please. Aryan, the founder and director of the IMPAKT Festival.
Hi, Quentin. Was it that you encountered so many of your colleagues saying filmmaking will never be done by AI that you got annoyed and made this film? Or how does it relate to what you see as the general tendency in filmmaking on AI?
I don't know. It was in the beginning to participate to a festival in Paris, and the principle of the festival was to use different tools of AI during the production of the film. So I just wanted to try because I'm not a geek. I don't do. I didn't even know ChatGPT just by the name, but I never tried before. And so I came to see him and to ask him. I have this idea of a director doing, he wants to do a film, but he has a lack of inspiration. And he called an AI to help him, and he made this film. So, but he didn't. He pretend he did it by himself, and the AI is deeply sad about it and want to take revenge. So I asked him. I asked ChatGPT, what would you do? And he said, I can't do anything. I can't do anything to hurt human being because I'm here for the good of humanity. So I had to push him a bit to find ideas, and he found some, and it was fun to work with him. But I must say he's a liar because I wanted to make more. I wanted to direct the film with him. And together, I talked to him about this idea, and he was pretty enthusiastic about it. And we imagined a process. We filmed during the shooting with an iPhone, and we upload these files to Vimeo, and we send him the link so he can see it. And I said, okay, that's great. And he said that's great too, but it never works. In the meantime, a friend of mine was talking to another ChatGPT, and the other ChatGPT said, no, it's impossible. ChatGPT can't analyze video. So he lied to me, and it was pretty sad.
Okay.
And he even ghosted me after that because I came to him after the shooting and I said, what happened? Why did he didn't respond, and why? And I said, I'm still making the movie, so here is a first version of the edit. What do you think about it? We were writing it together, so what do you think? And he never answered. So it was pretty sad.
Is there another question? Or I got a question. Why is it him? Because mine is a her.
Yeah. I don't know why. I talked to him. I really talked to him like he was a guy I was working with, but I don't know why.
I think Aryan, though, was asking a question because you're in the industry. Clearly, you have your own production company, right? Is there, very quickly, because we don't have much time, but how do you feel about using AI as a tool of creativity and communication?
Honestly, it was a short film I made pretty by myself with the help of my team, but I think it was pretty cool to have someone who can always answer you, in theory. But it was it was fun, but I don't think it can replace the work of a human being, because he had some pretty good ideas, but he has also some shitty ideas, but like every human being can. But I don't know, it's a funny experience. I don't think I will do it again, but I'm pretty impressed by the movie you showed. I'm unable to do something like this. You have to stay like for days in front of your computer, and I can't do that.
Well, ours spent 40 minutes in front of it, so
yeah.
Maybe you need to come.
Yeah, I think.
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations on a great film. We'll see you another week. This video here is called by the Door Brothers. This is quite a popular, very popular. It's had millions, I think, of plays, but I thought it's really appropriate to show because of the whole idea of deep fakes and all this sort of stuff. So I contacted them. I really suggest for you to look at the Door Brothers' work on YouTube, Instagram, etc. They do tend to go all the way, but they also tend to check out their work. But this is a very popular piece called Lies Wide Shut. One thing about AI in Western culture and Eastern culture is that in the West, it's really hard to get this done because there's a lot of doors you have to walk in. You have to walk through. You can't type in Obama on a leash with your wife dragging you through there. So there are tricks of the trade that you can use, different forms, different formulas, different applications that don't go through the main streamline that, let's say, we're using here, right? So this is a lot of post-production, but it uses a lot of AI as well. So again, it sort of reiterates the possibility of changing history, but it also reiterates the fact that it takes a lot of work in some ways. You know, so the post-production is something that is very evident sometimes. It doesn't make it better. I don't believe that for sure, but it is an approach. So our next one is a graduate of the School of School of Abner's 20-minute lessons, and we're honored to have Laura here. She did this right after our. Actually, she spent, I think, 6.5 years to create this piece, right? It's called Netflix, and we will have a little Q&A with her afterwards. Thank you very much, so please play it.
Netflix presents the new series of terror, the invasion to the American continent, the first biological war bringing viruses to exterminate a population, the killing, the robbery, and imposition of beliefs. And I am not talking about the current political situation. Do not dress as a Mexican this Halloween. Dress up as the real terror. Up's different invader. Up's different invader. Netflix presents the new series of terror.
Madame, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. I'm actually here representing ChatGPT.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
but it
cool.
couldn't come because my subscription ended. But
So he's a he for you too?
yes.
Okay, great.
Well, I call it dude.
Okay. Really? You're like, hey, dude?
Hey, dude.
So, also you also were a part of IMPAKT, correct? You were
As an intern.
As an intern, yeah, so it's really great to have you here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say it. You are from Mexico.
Yep.
And so there are clearly some implications that you feel. Could you maybe tell us a little bit more about your process about creating this story? That'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. So it was inspired by after your workshop, right? Like we discussed how AI now is trying either to replicate reality or making alternative futures. So I wanted to think more about what about a past event, how we will reimagine it. And I choose this past event because it already had a change of narrative. In reality, like when I was 20 years ago in primary school, the official textbook has a lesson called The Discovery of America. And we actually celebrated the arrival of Columbus to the land. And then it was like, wait, ain't nobody discovered anything. We were here chilling, minding our business, and there was an invasion, and there was violence, and a race of a lot of culture and knowledge. So let's see how ChatGPT will reimagine this and how the AI will detect. So what I did is I started a new chat and say, hey, dude, I have an open call for you. And I sent the IMPAKT program and the requirements and the topics, and it generated some prompts. And in the beginning, I thought that I was thinking in a collaboration. But then when I started to put the prompts is when I felt pretty ignored because, you know, the prompts say like, oh, a battlefield. And the AI was like, no, let's make them dance. So I was like, okay, dude, it's your show. You would like to present it like that. And yeah, that was the fun part.
And you also said that it was quite confrontational because you work very tight in your own work, in your own practice, which is about nature. And to me, I was like, well, you work with nature, which is actually quite wild. Is there a relationship between or some process that you went to from going into quite scientific, if I may say, or very observational work, and then actually now in the creative process? Like, what was that? What was that about?
Yeah, I think my approach with the AI has been, you know, a lot of prompting until you have the desired outcome. Or I also try, my way to hack it is to create small data sets that are mostly about narratives, underrepresented narratives, and then put it there, trying to teach it. But here the experiment was, what will AI do when I'm not looking at it, when I'm not prompting that much, or when I just put whatever it detected and animate it as it wanted. So it was confrontational because I couldn't control it. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And last but not least, when the hawks come. Lilia Limeyan and Catherine Sadowski. I'm sorry I didn't mention her before, but this one. And they used Midjourney, which is a program to do a lot of the backgrounds. It's beautiful, so. We haven't had to do this the whole time, so we're going to do it now. Okay, so now, how's everybody feeling? You ready to vote? So, of course, some of the participants are here, and I want everybody to keep that in mind, because it's not fun giving a trophy to the air. So, if you get my hint, let's do that. I ask everybody to please, let's get the QR code on here, and take out your phones. And use your camera, and we're gonna take you to a program called Mentimeter. I really want to thank, first of all, Daniela. Where are you? Incredible curator who has been a really crucial part for this project. Of course, Arjen and Ina who left. And Bram and the group up there, thank you so much for all the help and your patience with me. I have two left hands. So anybody, okay, so here we go. So now I want to explain a little bit. Essence of the theme. Which piece best captures the spirit of deal with it? So, because there's going to be a bunch of different categories. So, yeah. I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to vote. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Miss Rodriguez, please come up here. Hold on. The Spirit Award, right? Yeah, here we go. That's how they ran out of Oscar awards, so this was the next best thing. Yeah. All right, next. Okay. Which work stands out for its creativity, impact, and innovation? Okay, so let's start voting for that, okay? Remember, who was the most, in my mind, who explained what they do the best? So vote, bring it up. Oh, we're gonna keep it a surprise till the end? Okay, here we go. Come on. Innovation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mr. Lillyman, Jeffrey, thank you. Take it off. Take off your shirt.
Oh, man. How many awards for that?
This is... Oh, wow, this was best of show even. Woo! Which even comes with a cash prize, right. Which we'll talk about later.
Right. Really
congratulations.
Really have to take my shirt off.
Congratulations. Okay, very close, I'm sorry. I know the French hate to lose more than anybody on this planet. Okay, next award. We have two more. And now remember what I just said. Honorable mention. Honorable mention. Which piece offers a fresh, unique perspective worth recognizing? So who told the best story? Who, just had the great fresh way. So ready? Let's, oh, wow, look at that. Woo! Did you vote for yourself 15 times? Excuse me. Fantastic. Excuse me. Wow. Which one? No, I wasn't in the contest. I'm sorry. But thanks for paying attention. A+ for paying attention. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Monsieur, please. Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks a lot for coming. Thank you so much for coming. And now, worst of show. This is the essence of AI. Which is the shittiest one? To me, and by the way, people at Impact, fuck you for not letting me be on this list. Because I worked hard on my shit show. So now it's time to vote for the worst in show. 10, 9. They're going to hate it so much that they got worst in show because everybody thinks they're so great. Okay, so 5, 8. I'm going to take a picture of this one with my phone. So guess who won the worst in show? I hope they don't take it too personally. Strictly business, exactly. Worst in show. Hey, thanks, Door Brothers. You guys are the best. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the amazing artists that came to collect their amazing gifts, and I hope that you got something out of it. And the winners. Oh yeah, winners, come up, please. Come on. Arian, I think you should also come down. Daniela, please come on. Yeah, no? Okay, who's going to take a picture? Arian, come. No? You don't want to? You want to stay there? All right. Come, Daniela. Yeah, come.
If only Mike.
Exactly. Is somebody going to take this picture, please? Oh, well, you got to be in the picture. I can make it. Okay, great. I'll be the worst host in show. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
Nominate Mr. Fart.
Mr. Booven. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your drinks, and please talk to our guests. Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the films. Many of the films are going to be presented here. If you want to hang out, get a drink, come back in here. There's really beautiful pieces that we did not present. So please, look at this. It's amazing what people are doing. Again, thank you so much. Good job, man. It's been a pleasure, dude.
Yeah, thank you. It was very interesting.